Hey guys, here is episode 30 of A Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So this is probably the last time you're going to see this car in one of these Day in the Life videos. I may shoot a video of it tomorrow as it's leaving, but yes, tomorrow this car is leaving. It's going to its new owner, a local car collector who's got an amazing collection, and this is going to fit right in with his other beautiful and amazing cars. It is staying local, but it is changing hands from the owner whose name is Joe. I won't use his last name, who had the car built, and the new owner whose name I also won't use, but he's a local collector. If you know who he is, then congratulate him, because he's been wanting a Ghia for a while, and he wanted this one in particular just because of how nice it's going to be. So yeah, today spent a bit of time tightening up some little loose ends on this car, so to speak. If you remember, we had an issue with some poor chroming that had been done on a front bumper that we bought. The bumper guards had some chrome peeling off them. We sent them out and had them redone. Thanks to our chrome guy for expediting that. Got those in, put them on today. And then another thing we've been kind of fighting with this car for a while is the Ampco oiler. It really likes to leak oil on this car. Don't know why. By oil, I mean the red fluid that's in it. So I think we finally got it sorted out. There's a cork gasket in there that had somehow got a little bit crooked. It's a very finicky gasket, and I think we've solved it. So hopefully that's the last we see of that issue. But yeah, I spent quite a bit of time on that today, just trying to get the darn thing to stop leaking. The good news though is that in doing that, because it was only pretty much leaking when you would drive the car, I took the car on a bunch of test drives. I think I put over 20 miles on the car today, and the car is just awesome to drive. Runs great, brakes great, steers great, everything works. Turn indicators, they even cancel, which I don't know that I've ever had a Volkswagen that had turn indicators that canceled on them before, on any of my personal cars at least. Of course, most of my cars are early and don't have that feature. But anyway, yeah, so put a lot of miles on the car, relatively speaking, today, and super confident now with the car. It was good to kind of get it out and just drive it a bunch locally here, and get some more confidence in it, so that when it does go to the new owner, if he takes it for a spin, then I don't think it's going to let him down. Certainly not in the looks department, and based on the driving that I did of it today, it seems super reliable. It's a great running car. So spent an inordinate amount of time today on that, especially trying to chase around that little leak from the Ampco oiler. But again, fingers crossed that we got that fixed and it won't rear its ugly head again. So in addition to that, I had planned on doing the undercoating on the rest of the 69 EV Bug, but as you can see, I didn't, and the rest of the car is sitting out there, also having not had the front undercoated, because I spent way more time on this baby than I thought I would, but such is life sometimes. What I did manage to do today though is a little bit more work on the 59 Euro Beetle. So I got a starter thanks to our friend Eddie at Eddie and Dave's Garage, right around the street from us, right off Batavia near Collins. Got a starter for this car. Again, this car is a hot rod, so it got a 12-volt starter, and I went ahead and installed that. There was some wiring to do. The wiring harness didn't have all the connectors on the end, so you can pull it through the headliner of the car and so on. So yeah, installed the starter, got it all connected up, and so on and so forth. Bench tested the starter, works great, and it even works in the car. Of course, there's no motor, but you can still hear it spinning. So yay, it's got a starter. The other thing, for those of you that have been following this car, is you notice now it has a deck lid. So deck lids on these cars can be a bit of a pain to adjust, but I got it, I think, fitting pretty decent. There's only so much we can do as far as adjustment is concerned. Some of it is up to the body shop that does the work, but yeah, it's fitting pretty good. pretty happy with it overall. And it even latches, which is nice. There you go. I did install this handle that he had included with the car. It is getting a black one to go with all the other black trim, but the black handle that he provided is locked and I don't have the key, so I didn't want to install it because then the deck lid would be locked and that would be kind of lame. So I'll have to, he can install it when he gets the car, or if he wants to drop off the keys, I'll let him know. And the other thing is wiring up the license plate light. So let's take a look at that. So pretty much all the lights are working on the car now. Headlights, which I had done quite some time ago, and the tail lights, which I had also done some time ago, but now we've got a license plate light working too. At some point I had restored the license plate light bulb holder. It was kind of a disaster and had overspray all over it. So yeah, everything's looking really good now. All the electrics on this car are working. Semaphores are working. I've showed those previously. So the last thing on this car that I managed to do is to start restoring the steering wheel. So this car had a really nice original steering wheel with very few cracks in it. It was actually too nice to do what people normally do, which is send them off to Koch's or someone, and they basically strip them down to the metal skeleton, so to speak, and then they recast new plastic on top of that. This one was really nice though, so we actually decided to go ahead and just restore the original steering wheel. So as is often the case with these, there was a little crack here and a little crack here, so I kind of ground those out as like a V notch, so to speak. And then there's this two-piece or two-part epoxy kit that you can get from Eastwood. I've used it in the past for steering wheel restoration. Works really well, seems to be very long lasting. I've got a steering wheel that I restored with this stuff probably 15 years ago. It still looks great. So I went in and filled in those areas. This epoxy takes like a day or two to dry. There were just some minor chips around the ring on it that I also kind of ground out and then filled in. So once this epoxy fully hardens in a day or two, I'll go ahead and start sanding it, and then we'll paint it and clear coat it. It'll look like brand new and be cooler than a recast one, because other than, you know, this 1% or so here that's going to be epoxy, it's all original. So this is the area where usually these things are garbage, is here where these ribs are. This one is really nicely preserved though. So again, the idea was to try and preserve this steering wheel, and since it was so nice. So there you go. I'll do an update on this one after this stuff dries and start sanding it. But that is it for today. And again, that's probably about the last we'll see of this one. I may do another short video or two, but as far as day of the life videos, this one is going to be going tomorrow. So tomorrow evening when I do episode 31 and the weekly recap, this one will no longer be gracing our shop. If all goes well, they'll be picking it up tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.